Welcome, everybody, to this edition of Strategy, Marketing, and Brand Workshop. This is a free opportunity for you to learn things about improving your business of strategy, marketing, and brand. Today, I am going to bring up a session that is important because it's the kind of thing where this is my business. The idea of coaching, consulting, and mentoring. And as I have been bringing on a few new clients, just trying to get a better understanding for them what the differences are in coaching, consulting, and mentoring, and when is the time that you should get one, two, or all three of these. So this session is coaching, consulting, and mentoring. Know the differences and when you should get them. My name is Frank Spivak, and for more than 30 years, I've helped organizations enhance their image through their brand, engage their customers through various marketing opportunities and strategies, and enrich their business, which is through overall business strategy. Over my years, I've been president, chief marketing officer, management team. I've always been a writer, author, speaker, trainer, coach, consultant, and I have also always been a lifelong learner. And I am also a motorcycle rider and trainer, doing performance maneuvers in various parades and activities. So today I'm talking about coaching, consulting, and mentoring. One of the first things that we're taught and we want everyone to understand is that when you are coaching, and we'll talk about that coaching part of the for the first part, is that this is not counseling and it's not therapy. Counseling and therapy basically is a process of dealing with issues that you have in your past that you might have a difficult time dealing with right now. Maybe it's something to do with your work, with the business you're in, relationships, family, whatever it might be. If it's something that's keeping you from doing something, and it's something in your past that you think that needs to be addressed, then you really should work with a counselor or a therapist, someone who's trained in having to help you and guide you through those through the process of working out those issues. It's something that in certainly in today's society we're learning more about the benefits of mental health, mental health professions, and trying to get people to break through and get through some of the issues that are stopping them from leading a very happy and productive life. So I just want to open that up and mention that right at the beginning, that this is not counseling and this is not therapy. And that when we talk about coaching, coaching is forward focused. The idea is that each of us has a unique path. That path is going to take you somewhere. And the coaching process is one where myself as a coach will ask you lots of questions. And it's not for me to give you the answers, but for you to understand and develop those answers on your own. And sometimes this can be viewed as confrontational, but I want to say that it is confrontational in a productive manner. This is not getting angry or trying to create problems. It's the idea of helping you confront issues and kind of showing them back like a mirror does, showing them back to you so that you can look at them at a much deeper level, maybe some in a way that you haven't thought about. So there's going to be a lot of times when we're asking why, and then you're going to give an answer and we're going to say why, and you're going to give another answer and we're going to say why. And the idea is that getting past these things and getting moving forward and dealing with an issue that's in front of you, that there are a lot of layers down to find the most concrete situation that you can work with, and you're the one who's going to be doing the work. We're asking the questions, but you as the client are going to be doing the work. And it's more than just that 30-minute, 45, 60, 90-minute, whatever that session is that you've got booked with a coach. It's more than that particular time, because you need to prepare for that coaching session. And then when you're done with that coaching session, there's going to be a list of action items that you need to perform. So the coaching, the one-to-one coaching session is only one aspect of trying to help you move forward and find that path that's going to bring you towards the growth that you're looking for and trying to achieve. Now, when we look at consulting, this is a different animal in that maybe you're looking for some specialized knowledge, or you have something that has to be done, and you just don't have enough people for it. So you do a project-based operation. And the idea is that with consulting is that there are objectives that need to be determined, and deliverables of all of the work that's being done to be given to you. The work is done for you. You're not the one doing the work. So the consulting part of it is maybe looking at your business operations. You're so tied up in working out in the field, or you're so tied up working on marketing that you don't necessarily have a full grasp of the things that are taking place in the operations of your business. And so sometimes you might want to bring in a consultant who can look at it with fresh eyes and be able to see some of the issues that are there. And I like to look at it as finding hidden profits, things that you are doing on a regular basis. But when I look at it, when I look at how you're doing things, it isn't necessarily a critique of what you're doing. It is more of finding those things that will contribute to a better run business, more profits, a more easier way of life. Basically looking for ways to improve your systems and processes. So consulting is one of those things where someone else is doing the work for you and giving the results to you, saying, here's what I found. Now, you may need, you're going to need some way to execute those. There's no sense getting a consultant, getting a whole series of things to do and not getting it done. So the idea is you may need some coaching to help you execute once you have all of the deliverables in front of you. This next one is mentoring, and mentoring is has tended to be something more on a larger corporate scale, where in a big, Fortune 500 company, you're going to have people who are mentoring those who are above, mentoring those who are below, to get them on a specific path forward. So if you're on a finance track, you're going to find a mentor that's going to help you move through the various positions, give you ideas on things that you should do along your path to gain more success and to gain more notoriety. And a mentor will also be providing you answers to your questions. Now, they may be asking questions, but it's also someone that you can turn to say, hey, how do I do this? What's going on here? What should I be looking out for? Things like that. And a good mentor will be able to spend time with you and relate those issues and try and find out what's going on. And mentoring, we're seeing it through through college programs too, as university programs. So as I went through the executive MBA program with the University of St. Thomas, I'm regularly asked about being a mentor to some of the other students that are going through the MBA program right now. So there's a kind of a relationship with uh, classmates, someone who's been there, and the idea is that the mentor is someone who's been there, done that, and can help you along the way. So a lot of times the mentor is from a related industry because you want someone who might understand the ins and outs of the way certain industries and markets work. They can be other business people that you trust from another company. And a lot of these mentoring relationships, they can be formal or they can be casual. Formal meaning you are signing up and you have specific goals in mind. It's almost bordering on coaching, where it's the kind of thing where you want to be able to get true knowledge on a regular basis, or it could be casual, just where you would meet with someone who is your mentor for lunch every couple of months or something like that. So it's however that relationship is however formal you would want it to be. In the end, all three of these, coaching, consulting, and mentoring, they're all forms of relationships. And the goal, obviously, and I didn't write this out, but I think that the goal, obviously, is to help the other person get better. Whether it's through coaching, consulting, and mentoring, it's the idea that someone is asking for help and you are providing them with a way to be successful in whatever that endeavor is. You're the one that's helping them be successful. Either you're helping them be successful by asking them questions so that they can dig deeper. You're helping them to be successful by actually pointing out the issues within their business that need to be addressed, or you're helping them be successful by giving them the path that will provide that avenue for success. And obviously, you can move from one form to the other. They can be done independently or they can be done together. It's all based on the client's need at the time. So you might need coaching to get started. But as you get into the coaching process, you might realize that your time, your ability to get something done that you want to have done, it just escapes you. You don't have that capability, and you don't have time to go back to school and learn and things like that. So it's all based on that kind of process where you start out coaching, realizing that you do have some projects that need to be worked on. That becomes your consulting process. And then you go back to coaching as you have that all opened up for you. Now, there are specific signs that you can use for yourself to determine whether you need some sort of assistance. Probably the first one that is the most significant is the one where you're at a crossroads and you just don't know which way to go. You might be too close to the situation at hand. You are in the process of still trying to find your blind spots, or you just need someone to talk to that isn't in the company or the situation, and it might be that you're at a crossroads, and instead of 2 roads in front of you, there's 17 roads. And how do you go about figuring out which to work on and where to go? So it's the kind of thing where if you're really stuck and you're sitting at that intersection and just don't have a way to figure it out, find someone, talk to them. People in general really want to help you. Another sign that you might need some type of assistance is that you want to grow to the next level, but you don't necessarily know how. You might lack the confidence to make that next step. You're not sure of the direction. You're not sure of the resources or assets that are needed to grow. Or maybe you're just trying to figure out, what are your priorities? What do I want to do first that would have the biggest impact to make that growth possible? So you're trying to figure out what those priorities are. So in the first instance of a sign of trying to figure out whether you need some assistance is you're at the crossroads. This next step is, okay, I know that I want to go from point A to point D, and I just don't know how to get there. Do I have to go through B and C to get there, or can I do C first, maybe double back to B and then get to D? So there's a process there that, just trying to figure out what to do next. Another sign that you might need assistance is that you're just feeling overwhelmed. Things at your business, there's just too many fires. There's too many tasks that you feel that you have to do. You're being pulled in too many directions, and you're not sure how to contain that, how to focus on that, on the right direction, and you just feel just a general loss of control. So when you feel that piece of overwhelm, when you're just at wit's end and trying to figure out what is it that I have to do, probably a good idea that you want to talk to somebody. Another sign that you need assistance is that you do actually need help in a specific area of business. So this could be both coaching and consulting, and that you need some specific area, some specific knowledge. You don't have time to study. Maybe you're missing the learning tools you need to solve an issue. Or you just need some guidance on where to turn to find the right person or resource or activity to address that need. But the idea is that there's something specific coming up ahead that you're just haven't got that particular knowledge. In working with a lot of heating and ventilating contractors, one of the things that happens is that they go through their schooling and their Votech school and everything, and that teaches them everything they absolutely need to know about installing an air handler, working on compressors, diagnosing faults and problems in the system. But they don't tell you about how to run a business. So you have to learn that on your own. So it could be that kind of specific area of business that you need to know. Another type of assistance is that you're in a situation where you really can't talk to the other members of your company, and you need a safe sounding board for discussing issues or options. So you need someone who has that outside perspective, that unbiased opinion, who would be able to give you an assessment. It might be a coach consulting kind of issue. The coach will be asking you more and more questions, but the consulting side of it would say, have you considered this? And are you looking at this? And are you trying to, here are things that have worked for other companies. So that might be a situation where you're going to have a little bit of both. And, but it's also the kind of thing where, you just might be saying, I think I know the answer. And I have three options. I'm not sure which one to take. And of my 10 employees, this will probably affect all 10 employees, and I really can't talk to them. So I need someone I can unburden myself and get an honest opinion back. This last sign is that you just need someone to hold you accountable. It's the kind of thing where you've created your goals. You know where you're going. You want to create that particular direction for your company. You want to make things happen. But you know that because it's a small business that you might get pulled off into another direction. You might get pulled off on various tasks or fires and things, kind of going back to one of the other situations. And you need someone who you know that on Thursday next week, they are going to talk to you and say, okay, you were supposed to do A, B, and C. Where are you on A? Where are you on B? Where are you on C? And when you have that milestone, when you have that stop sign where you need to talk to somebody about the actions that you were supposed to take, you get that kind of situation where having that accountability can help you out. That accountability person can also help you to remind you to take time off. If you're a small business owner and you're doing 60, 70 hours, 80 hours a week, if you're single or you got no family and then maybe it's not a big deal. But certainly time off is one of the things that is used to replenish ourselves. It's used to get us on a rebound track to try and re-energize ourselves. So taking time off is really important. So someone on the accountability side can help you with saying, hey, are you taking the time off you need to help yourself? And it's also someone that can keep you within due bounds. I just had a conversation recently with someone who comes up with lots and lots of ideas. And one of the things that he's learned over those years is that you can't work on all of those ideas all at once. It's just not possible. So sometimes you just need a person to be able to step in and say, hold on, you got 3 projects going right here. There's no sense adding 6 more until you get these other 3 done. And again, it's the accountability process is someone who's going to give you an honest assessment of where you're at, what's going on. So what sort of resources are out there for you? What kinds of things can you do other than a direct coach or consultant or mentor? One of the things that is very useful is networking groups. So there's a lot of networking groups now. Certainly there's BNI, there is Biz to Biz, there is Master Networks, which is a newer organization. There's a lot of different kind of networking groups out there. There's some that are just they're not affiliated with anybody. They're just a group of individuals that share a common bond. But one of the things that's important in the networking groups is the power in the one-to-one sessions of the other members that are in your networking group. And it's that connection with the other person. Now, in most of the networking groups, the idea is that you don't have someone who's a direct competitor or does the direct kind of job, the same kind of job that you do. So if you have a business insurance agent in the group, you're not going to have more than one business insurance agent in the group. You might have a personal insurance agent in there, but not another business insurance agent. And you want to find a network that meets your needs. So maybe one of them is that you do need more referrals, or the referrals are not the primary thing, but you want to be able to talk with people and get things done. So groups like BNI are referral driven. They are hardcore on passing along referrals to each and every one of their members. And if you don't, then it's not like you get a strike against you, but that means you're not fulfilling your part of the bargain of the BNI network. Um, these other networks are a little bit less formal on the referral system. It can be helpful. It can be helpful, but it's not the driving factor within that network. You really want to find a network that gets you more connections and a variety of industry, not just jobs. Other things that you can do for your business, and a lot of people, a lot of successful business owners that I know really talk about the advisory board. This is it's not informal, it's not formal, but they are a group of people that you officially designate as your advisory board, people that you are going to meet with. And the advisory board is just that. It gives you an opportunity to lay out what's been happening with the business and where you want it to go and how you're going to get there. The advisory board can come back to you and say, "Oh, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? This looks good. I have a problem with this other area." And the idea behind that advisory board is that they're open and honest, and they're truly looking out for the success in your business. And a lot of advisory boards are made up of basically your outside providers, your accountant, lawyer, banker, insurance agent, maybe a supplier. You want people who are interested and can provide valuable insights. Generally, this is not a paid kind of thing, and the idea there is that they're helping you, but you are also helping them. So that's why it's generally not a paid kind of thing. It's not like an official board of directors for a big corporation, but the idea is that you meet on a regular basis to discuss your business. It could be quarterly, half year, whatever works for you and your board members. And one of the things that I've been told is that it's that preparation time that you spend as the owner to get ready for that advisory board meeting really can help you get clarity in what you're doing. Because now you have to explain what you're doing to those who know a little bit about your business, but then they're not deep down in the weeds. They are not there to tell you, "Oh, well, you need to dot this I or cross that T." They are people who have a general understanding of your business, but that whole process of preparing to lay out what it is can be truly refreshing and enlightening to you when you're getting that all set up for the next meeting. Another kind of resource is masterminds, and some people call these thinking partner groups, where this is a paid facilitation of like-minded individuals. So you would meet some of them meet weekly, some meet every other week, some meet monthly. Depends on what the group is, what the goal of the group is, but it's generally a small group, 10 max, for the most of them that I've been involved with. And the idea is that you're learning about other business situations that can relate to you. So you might have some people who are in related industries, but they are all working to try and get better. And one of the features of a mastermind is time in the hot seat is what it's called, what it's referred to. So each time you meet, you might have 2 or 3 people, depending on how big your group is, where it's time in the hot seat. You present your situation, and then the group then jumps in, and they are asking you questions. Have you thought about this? What about this? What happened here? Did you do this other thing? Um, so you're in the hot seat. You're trying to solve a problem, and they're going to be coming at you um, for your benefit. I want to make sure we understand it. They're coming at you for your benefit to help you see what maybe you're missing. And there's always time for questions and help. And again, here's another situation where the power comes in the additional one-to-ones. And this could be the idea of masterminds is certainly the ones that I have been involved with, and the ones that I have run, is that it doesn't matter where you are in the country, and you can get that additional business connection, through that one-to-one. But take some time to meet them and understand who they are, and they want to understand who you are. Kind of a variation on the mastermind is an industry group. And so this would be also a small group, maybe 10 to 12 people who are in the same industry. So you could envision it to say, well, we're going to have heating, ventilating. We're going to have 10 heating and ventilating contractors, but they're from 10 different states. So they don't compete in the same geographic market. They're going to be from all over. They're non-competitors, and you want to make sure of that. But they share the same kinds of problems and have a kindred spirit. And so it can act like a mastermind in that you have people who are really, they're trying to help you. You are also, in turn, required to participate and help them. And so as an industry group, it can be very useful to make that kind of thing happen. So to summarize the situation here, summarize our session, counseling and therapy deals with the past that might be keeping you from moving forward. And when you recognize that, or someone might be telling you that, seek out professional help. It's really, really worthwhile. Coaching is more focused on the future and your unique path. And it's a process where we're asking lots of questions, and they're there to help you discover the answer. Consulting is project or function based. Someone who goes in, finds the problems, and presents them to you. And mentoring is having someone that's guiding you along a specific path or particular development for your future. The 6 signs that you might need help using coaching and consulting is that you're at a crossroads. You don't know which way to turn. You want to grow the business, but you don't know how. You're feeling overwhelmed, loss of control. You need a way to just kind of rein things back in. You need help in a specific area, or you need unbiased perspective on an issue or an option or an idea. Or lastly, that you need some additional help with accountability. You're able to have a lot of things in place, but you might be slipping on getting some of those projects done on a timely basis. So the resources that are open to you are networking groups. We talked about a number of different types of networking groups, an advisory board that would help you with your business specifically, mastermind groups, which is I've been using those for the last 3 years, and they've been really truly helpful for me, as well as I hope the people that sign up for a mastermind with myself. And industry groups can be really useful as long as you're not in competing marketplaces. That's certainly something you really don't want to get involved with. You want to have industry groups where people are can share openly without someone afraid that they're going to steal something. So that's our session for today. I just want to offer you a free 60-minute one-to-one session to review just your brand and your marketing messages, provide you with website, social media information. It's just a process where I ask you 3 different questions. We schedule a time, and we can come up with 2 solid ideas that can help you immediately get things going forward, either better engaging with your customers, enhancing your image, or enriching your business. So just go to frankspivak.com/unstuck, and hopefully I can help you out. So thank you for attending this session. Again, my name is Frank Spivak. My specialties are strategy, marketing, and brand. And I do that by coaching, training, consulting, and I would love to be your partner in success. If I can help in any way, please let me know. Well, thank you for taking part today.